In yesterday's video, I was mentioning how I thought that when I was strumming this, I could hear it, but I don't know if I was actually hearing it or not. I do have another recorder here. I'm going to turn the level up all the way and see what we can do here. I'm going to have to sync my camera with this thing, so you're going to hear me make a little clicking sound here. And then I can later on sync it up. Anyway, we'll go record here. We are now recording. Now, I don't know if I was actually hearing this, or am I hearing this vibrating? Or could it be this one? Okay, just for the fun of it, let's give that a try. We are in my video editing program where I've been in, I guess thousands of times over the last few years. And I thought there might be somebody out there that would like to know what I was talking about when I said I was going to make a little clicking sound. So that I could sync it up later. Well, this is what I'm talking about. You will notice here, first of all, I'm hoping you can see my mouse cursor moving around here. This file right here is the audio and video file from the camera. Now this one that just turned blue is the audio file out of the recorder. And this one on the bottom is simply the theme song, which fades out. Now, by fades out, I mean I can fade it in or fade it out. And we definitely do not want to fade it in. Okay, where do we go from here? Let's move over right here. You notice right here there's three little spikes on this file and three little spikes on this file. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so it's a little clearer. Give it one more. Okay, now you will notice that they're not perfectly lined up. In other words, the recorder is slightly ahead of the video. And if I play it, it will sound something like this. Okay, so if we can get the file so that the spikes are perfectly lined up, and I'm pretty close there right now, actually. Okay, now let's play it and see what it sounds like. Okay, we're in sync. That's what I was talking about. One of the viewers was mentioning how he kind of cringes when he sees me pulling on the easy line when it's already attached to the mast. In other words, he's afraid I'm going to break the mast off. But that's the beauty of this easy line. It stretches tremendously, and you'll notice it's hardly moving the mast at all. That's the whole idea of it, I guess. I think it was originally designed to go between telephone poles on model railroad dioramas. At least that's the impression I'm getting out of it. And the idea is that when you're working around on your diorama and you catch the telephone line or whatever it happens to represent, you're not going to be breaking off your telephone poles. Yeah. Okay. Just going to hang that there for the time being. Now the next line that we are supposed to install here is supposed to go between right here where I'm touching, down at a pretty steep angle, and it looks like it fastens to one of these boxes right here. Now it's not going to be in line with the ship. It's going to go at a bit of an angle because these boxes are not halfway between these two railings. Let's take a close look here at the diagram and see what it looks like. Okay, it appears that we can't tell exactly where this line here is supposed to be attached to. We just have to assume. Like this diagram over here is this pole over here, mast over here. Anyway, we go down, and you can see here where it looks like it runs. If you look at this enlargement here, you can see where it runs sort of in between the two boxes and then just fastens down to the deck at the base of this wall or guard or whatever it is. Yeah. Well, I guess it's about all we can do. There's no bracket on our Bismarck like is shown here on this one. Let's see if I can move in a little on this. Yeah, you can see over here on this other model they've got a special bracket here. So we'll just glue it to the deck. I guess that's about all we can do. Well, no, that's not true. That's not all we could do. We could put a pinhead or something through there and make it really fancy, but I don't think I want to go to all that work. Maybe I should start going to all that work. Maybe on the next model, if there's a next one, I'll do a better job. Anyway, I found an illustration in Stefan's book here, and you'll notice that he's got this line coming not between these two boxes, but on this side of the larger one, which would pretty much put it in a center line with the ship. Now this to me makes a lot more sense. Now you'll notice that there's sort of like a turn couple thing going on there. Obviously this was one of the guy wires. This was not an aerial or anything like that. It was to help support the mast to keep it from swaying. I'm just wondering if I could take a piece of sprue or something and stretch it out a bit so that it gets to the right diameter or a believable diameter, let's put it that way, and fasten the easy line to one end of it and then sort of glue the other end down onto the deck here and behind here where you can't see. Well, instead of talking about it, let's just try it. I know that it's not going to be to scale, but then, believe it or not, neither is the easy line. Now, maybe in this case it is. Maybe the cable was 1.25 inches thick or whatever, although I don't think it'd be quite that thick. But the easy line, if you remember, we worked it out, and if you multiply the 6/1000ths of an inch by times 200, it comes to over an inch in diameter in real life. Anyway, now I forget what a good temperature was to melt this plastic, but it seems to be around 300 degrees. Okay, it's set to go up to 300. I gotta be careful where I point this. I don't want to melt the ship. Okay, I should have fastened a little weight or something on the bottom here. I'll be right back. Okay, you can see my high-tech locking pliers here. We'll go to 320 this time. Okay, let's try not to break that. I want it to stay straight. I think that'll be alright. I'll take about a quarter of an inch or so of that, and maybe a little more. Yeah, I don't want to squeeze too hard and snip it off. Okay. Can you read that? 16 thousandths of an inch right there. So what would that work out to? Okay, we should be able to adjust this in our heads. 16 times 200 equals, okay, that says 32. Now, that would actually be 3.2 inches in diameter if we were to enlarge this 200 times. So that's probably about right. Yesterday when I was putting the carrots out, I noticed that the rabbits were still running around looking in the old spot, even though there was, carrots very visible in the new spot. So this morning I thought I'm going to put a little trail that's going to lead them to the new spot, because I am slowly working it around to the side of the house. Yep, it worked. Now that was the intermission. And if you missed going to the little model shipbuilder's room during that time, well, you're going to have to wait now till the end of the video. These do not lend themselves well to measure. I was hoping to be able to kind of get an idea of the distance or how long to make this part. I'm going to check Stefan's book again and just see how long that was. As best I remember it, it came up above this box. Now, according to the book, that turnbuckle assembly came about, quite a bit above the box. Now, I'm just going to eyeball it here, and I'm going to take it where it starts to widen out. And that'll be the base where we're going to, and then up here will be the other end. Now, I think we can probably make something that's going to look okay out of that. I hope I didn't make that too short. Let's see if we can sort of do a bit of a dry run here. Well, maybe I could have had it a little bit longer. I think it's going to be all right. One of the viewers was suggesting I could use a pair of curved scissors to cut this easy line. And I was thinking, yeah, I've got a pair too. And I couldn't find them. I looked for them, could not find them. But I did find these. And we're just going to check this and see now, how well will this cut? Not good at all. This was actually the first time I was trying these. Now, how about something like this? There's got to be a way to get a hold of that. I'm trying to get a hold of it so that the camera can see it as well. Well, that's not working, is it? Okay, now I got it. I'm squeezing pretty hard. My goodness, this stuff is hard to cut. How come? Okay. That doesn't want to cut either. Something like that works. Okay, Now we got to try and get this fastened onto the end of there. I must have a little bit of masking tape gum stuck on this because it's not letting go very good. Something like that, only definitely don't do it on a piece of paper. Okay, I've cleaned off the ends of my tweezers, so I'm hoping it's going to release okay now. Now the idea will be to glue those two ends together. And should we try Mark's idea of dipping the line into the CA glue and then touching it on the end there? Well, why not? If it doesn't work, I guess we can always do it again. I've got the CA glue over here. It's probably just out of sight. Okay, I got some on the end there. Oh. Is it on? I think it is. Maybe after that cures, I could just sort of reinforce it a little bit with a little bit more, if that's possible. No. Gotta think of something else. Is it really that important? Anyway, I think that's it for today, folks. So thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.